Hey guys, Cesar Perez here. I'm gonna be talking to you of 3 ways if you're in human resources to make open enrollment a breeze. As you know, open enrollment is one of those times when number one, you're probably at your busiest, and number two, now you have to go and talk to a lot of the employees, make sure that they sign up for the benefits that the company's offering, that your company's offering, and so it is one of the more stressful times. But these 3 tips are going to help you, hopefully lower that burden on yourself and make it more of a breeze instead of a stressful period of time. So number one, you want to be able to use technology. What do I mean by using technology? Well, you have to leverage yourself. There are certain things that you want to do when it comes to open enrollment because you need to be able to explain the plans to the employees, either yourself or whoever you're working with. Generally, if you're working with a good broker, somebody that is actually being helpful, because I come across so many companies that are working with somebody, but they really don't hear from them. So one of the things that you want to make sure that you use is technology. So things like meetings. So if you're having meetings with the employees, actually you probably shouldn't be having the meetings. Your broker should be the one servicing the account because as a broker, that's part of our job. We are supposed to go in, try to explain to the people, hey, this is how the plan works. So if you are hosting meetings, like even through a computer, it's easier for people to see and understand the information that they're getting. So number one, use your broker and make sure they use technology, including meetings and website and video. Video is going to be very important, especially during the times that are during non-open enrollment times, or if the employee needs to refresh, because sometimes you walk into the meeting, you give them all the information, they understand there, 3 days later they come back and they say, hey, you know what, I forgot. If you have a simple formatted website that's just specific for the benefits, and you have a couple of short videos that use simple language to explain and convey the messages by giving the employees examples, they're going to remember right away what it is that they heard in the meeting, and so that's going to be less of a burden on you on having to sit down with the employee and try to go over it with them. And number one, it's not your job to be an expert on the insurance aspect of it. Obviously, you want to be helpful to the employee and try to point them in the right direction. But if you have that resource, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to, number one, explain to the employees what their benefits are and for them to understand exactly what they're getting. The other thing that's going to make it very simple is going to be offering, keep it simple on the plans. So I offer 3 plans at most. A lot of companies say, oh, well, I want to offer multiple plans. Well, yeah, you know what, you can't do that. I find that the lower the amount of plans that you offer, like if you offer 3, that seems to be the sweet spot because it keeps it nice and simple for everybody. And generally speaking, you will get a higher percentage of employees enrolling because they're less confused. The other thing is, if you offer so many plans as an HR professional, number one, you're not going to be familiar with the 6, 7, 8 different plans that are being offered. And so most of the time, when you're talking to people, they're going to get the one that you are the most familiar with because that's the one you know how to explain. So if you offer only 3 plans and you want to do your homework beforehand and sit down with whoever's helping you, or use technology and meet online with them and ask any questions and maybe give them an idea of what the needs of the employees are, then you can narrow it down to 3 plans. And that generally, comes by speaking and making sure that you let the other person know, hey, you know what, this is the situation. Most of our employees like this, prefer that. And based on that, you can narrow down your plan selection to 3 plans. And once you do that, that's going to make a whole lot of difference. Especially, I mentioned the website here. That was actually one of my main points. But if you have a website, it's a lot easier to break down those 3 plans. And if the employee needs a refresher, you just have them all here. Sit down, click the link. These are the videos. Watch. You got 3, 4, 5 videos, 5 minutes a piece to make them understand. They're gonna click that and they can go through the 3 plans in 15 minutes, and they're gonna understand them. Especially if you use the simple language on the video, the person, your broker, whoever's helping them. So for example, with my groups, what I do is I'll generally have a landing page for the group. They send the employees to that page, and the employees can look at the videos, and it basically goes through the benefits, pretty much gives them a real life example of, hey, if you get this plan, let's give you an example. You go to the hospital, this is what's going to happen, this is how much you're going to pay, here's your deductible, or you don't have a deductible, you're going to pay a co-payment, it's going to be this much. And so it's very simple language, because a lot of times I've seen other companies where they'll have and they want to give the information, but it really uses industry lingo, and when you use industry lingo, a lot of people get confused and they still don't understand what benefits they're being offered. So those are my top 3 suggestions, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Always happy to help. Thank you for watching.